This is Sunday Morning with Bill Morton. This is Sunday Morning with Bill Morton on WLUW 88.7 FM, broadcasting from Loyola University, Chicago, Water Tower campus. And have with us today, Chris presents a YouTuber, an international YouTuber. His channel has 2,716 videos, at least 8.5 thousand subscribers and 2.8 million views all over the world, including Switzerland, Germany, Greece, Istanbul, and of course the Gold Coast, Chicago's Gold Coast. I'm not going to describe him completely because we want to hear the story from you, Chris. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be here.
All right. So, where did you come from, for starters, since you're international? And when did you come from where you came from? And how did you choose the city of Chicago?
Actually, it's a long story, but I want to make it very short. I was born, believe it or not, in Kuwait by an Armenian father and a Greek Cypriot mother. And then at the age of 3, and my mother took me to Cyprus, and I was raised there from 3 until about 18 years old. And then 18 years old, I went to Italy. I studied in Italy, different things. And then I came to America in Chicago in 1983, like 43 years ago. My father was already here. He came here in the 70s. So I had a immigrant visa, and I came here and I became a U.S. citizen in 1988. And I've been in Chicago ever since. In the first 20 years, I was living in Little Italy, in the 1500 West Taylor, in that area, Taylor and Laughlin. And then the last 20 years plus, I've been living here in Streeterville, in the Gold Coast, on the near north side of Chicago. 60611 is the zip code, if anybody's interested for that neighborhood. And I've been here ever since. And I live and work in this area as well.
So, but you're still traveling all over the place.
Oh yeah, I go at least once a year to Cyprus, and because everybody from my mother's side, family side, is there. And then on the way there, I always, because there's no direct flights, I go to another country first, so I can do my videos. And then on the way back, the same thing. I go to another country and make videos. And I do have friends, like Facebook friends from all over the world, like more than 190 countries. And then when I do travel, they usually meet me at the airport and take me around, do pictures, videos, driving videos, walking videos, museums, all kinds. And you can see all those videos, like you said, on the playlist section of the YouTube channel.
So I'm looking at the comments of our little promo here for the show today. And you've got John from London. You've got hosts from Australia listening in.
Correct. He's in Adelaide, Australia, and London, UK is John Malakos.
And then you got Chris from Mexico listening in.
Yeah, CRIS. Yeah, she's in Mexico. And then we have Thula in South Africa listening as well. Hello to everyone. And I'm sure there are going to be more people. And I have my god sister Fadula listening from Cyprus.
And Cyprus, and we're based here, right here in the city of Chicago. So we've got international audience here on the show. And you know, I came across you through YouTube. I don't know if it was YouTube that suggested me or how exactly we got connected, because I do a YouTube as well, doing the city of Chicago and Rogers Park. And you know, it's just, the connection was cool because I felt a lot of myself inside of you. I felt like we had a lot in common. And so I was checking out your videos and enjoying your videos, and you do them differently than I do. You do more editing, you speak during your videos, you describe things. You were at the base of the John Hancock building looking up, and somebody made a comment saying, I've never seen it from that angle before. I've never seen it from the bottom looking up before.
Yes, I like, originally when I first started, I was putting music over the videos because of the audio wasn't that great on my previous cameras. So I was editing music that YouTube was providing for me. And then I realized people were commenting on my walking videos. I said, why don't you talk and say something, explain something? So I started explaining something, and then it started from there. It became like a vlog, walking video, driving video. Once I got better equipment, people can hear me, and then I talk. I talk, and I like to talk. And I like to describe things, give people some facts about the buildings, the history, like over here on what you know very well on Chicago Avenue and Michigan Avenue. You have the old water tower that has two buildings that survived the 1871 Great Chicago Fire. I always mention that in my videos when I approach this location. Keep in mind, I always start and finish the videos, the walking videos in street view, but when I get to that intersection, I mention that, and then you can see all the nice, wonderful skyscrapers, high rises, we call them here in Chicago. In Europe, they call them skyscrapers, where they kind of blend very well with the old buildings and the new buildings, and that's why I like to talk now more during the videos.
I love to walk through Streeterville and through this whole neighborhood where the Loyola University Water Tower campus is, where we're at in WLUW Studios. I love walking around and I love exploring the city. I really like to walk as well, and I've watched your walking videos, and you walk for over an hour.
Well, my Chicago walking videos, downtown walking videos, are minimum an hour and maximum 3 hours. There's two reasons. One, I like to walk, and the second, I only have batteries for 3 hours. So after 3 hours, all my cameras go dead. They go down, and then I have videos where I did more than 3 hours, but I was using like 3 different cameras and I put them together. But usually minimum an hour, maximum 3 hours. If I do a street view video, it's about from 0 to an hour. And if I do a regular video, like music videos, like I'm about to post 2 music videos when I get home that I film Christmas Eve, those are like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all depends. And I do all kinds of stuff, but yeah, the walking videos are very long. And another thing I did on my YouTube channel, and the subscribe, based on feedback of my subscribers, you're not going to see any more ads in my videos during the video. My videos are monetized, but now you can see only the ads before the video and after the video. I did that on purpose, and the channel is losing revenue, but I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this before I like it, because I like it, and based on the feedback, because people were telling me, and I'm the same thing. When I watch a video, I don't want to be watching a 1 hour walking video and every 5-10 minutes there is an ad, 5-10 minutes. So there's no more ads on my videos. I want people to know that for especially the long form videos.
So you don't want it to ruin the vibe. You don't want to ruin the vibe with an ad in the middle.
I don't want to interrupt the viewer from watching the video, because they may not, number one, they may not come back, and number two, they may not like it.
And sometimes I just like to chill with a long video, and I just kind of kick my feet back and I just kind of play it. I've been I think it's Nairobi Desert. I've been watching the Nairobi Desert recently, and it's giraffes and these like antelope creatures and these hyenas or something, and these wild pigs, and it's really cool because you don't know what's going to come up next.
Right.
So I can hang out and turn up the volume and hear all these weird noises and see these animals. It's good to kick back with a good YouTube video for chill time, but you don't want to see an ad in the middle of it.
Right, and another thing, people, when they see the ad, they think the video is over. When they leave, they don't, because YouTube does a very good job stopping the video in a point where an ad goes in there. So right now, there's no more ads. That's and people are loving it. Like my feedback is, I got tons of feedback on YouTube. People
and that's a setting in YouTube you can do.
Especially my international videos. You know, you can watch a video like I'm walking in Istanbul or in Athens. I'm walking for an hour, and then people are like, "Oh wow, love it!" All of a sudden, it used to stop and show ads. Now it's like you're there with me walking.
Right, and you don't need a big ad in the middle of your walk. So right. I recently walked from this WLEW Studios, and I like to explore. I walked to the south, all the way over to Chicago River, over there. And then I walked all the way over to Lakeshore Drive to the east, and then I walked all the way down near Lakeshore Drive, all the way over to, I believe it was Division, and then I walked from Division west to Clark, and I stopped and I got the cheap chicken at Jewel for lunch because I needed to eat after all that walking. And I went to Washington Park and I went around. So when you take a walk from this neighborhood, how far do you go, and what is sometimes your route?
I cover a lot of downtown. Many videos I start on Michigan Avenue, and I go all the way to almost to Roosevelt Road, like talking about the Magnificent Mile. It's like more than a mile. I go all the way over there, and then I make a left and go east, and then I take the underpasses and go to the lakefront, and I take the lakefront back. There's another mile coming back, and if I have time, I go to Navy Pier. And then I show all the people the skyline from the lakefront. I do that not just in the summer, but in the winter too. Now my favorite videos, believe it or not, a lot of people think I'm lying, are my snow videos. Anytime there's a snowstorm, I'm the only one on the street filming. If you go back and look at my snowstorm videos, those are the best.
I want to talk to you about the snowstorm videos. I do my own stories.
I just love it.
I've done some snowstorm videos myself over the years, and gloves are required, because if you're holding a camera out there and the wind is biting your hands.
I actually have two pairs of gloves. The ones that I came today, they're like up to the fingers. The fingers are exposed on top, and then I have these special gloves that I didn't bring them today. They go over. They're really warm, and you can even touch the camera. There is a little sign there. You can touch the camera or the phone and do the functions. But another thing I like to do, especially if I'm filming with my my cell phone, I like to take also pictures at the same time that I'm using the video camera. So I'm taking both pictures and videos at the same time.
Are you using the tripod for the videos, and then you're using a different cell phone for the photos at the same time?
No, I have like 5 different cameras. I never use a big tripod. I don't like to be stationary. I'm always on the move, so those are not for me. But I do cover a lot of events. I did the Chicago Marathon. I walk like almost an hour and a half with the marathoners, and you can see them in different locations of the downtown portion of it and street level portion of it. I like to do every year the blues festival, the jazz festival, all the music festivals. I'm really into music as well. And I do film a lot of street bands. I have almost 500 videos on with people on the street, and I'm about to post 2 videos when I go home today. One is those are very famous, well-known blues street musicians, Lamar Allen and Brian DeRoba. And then another band I did film on the street, the Chicago Traffic Jam is called. Those are amazing. They do very good, all kinds of music. But they were rocking the other day right in front of the Crystal Kindle Market, both those 2 bands. And I filmed them both, and I'll be posting the videos when I get home.
So I see blues, #musician Lamar Allen.
Correct.
In downtown, #Chicago, September 11th, 2024, and I see Walking the Taste of Chicago in Grant Park in downtown, #Chicago, #Illinois, #USA.
And there's a lot of Navy Pier videos, concerts, and I did over the years a lot of videos. So again, I film all over the world, but Chicago, I'm based in Chicago, so there are, I think, at least 1,700 videos, if I'm not mistaken, to the Chicago playlist.
So I'm looking at walking south on Wabash Avenue in downtown Chicago, Illinois, and of course the L is there, and you got the elevated line. Do you do trains or like transportation, like roads, or do you just do mostly walking?
I enjoy when the trains come out of nowhere in my video, and every time I go on Wabash Avenue, I get at least 4 different trains going by, and then I like the sound of the train. I like the picture of the train, but I don't like to be on the train. I don't like to be on the train taking the L and filming on the train. I just doesn't do anything for me.
It's
But
dicey. It can be dicey.
having said that, I did enjoy filming the metro train. I did go once to the suburbs quite a few times. That was in the past though, and I like to sit right on top because they got a upper lower, and then you can film from there. And I film all the different suburbs that the metro was stopping by, and I enjoy it. But the elevated train, I don't really enjoy filming that. But I do. Having said that, I like film them when they pass downtown on the like on Lake Street in Wabash or Washington and Wabash, and then you can see them on the. It's a beautiful view of the train going by, and also the sound. The sound is something else. So obviously I stop talking when they come, and I tell my viewers, hey, I want you to hear, listen, and watch this.
I know you describe where you're at and a little bit of the history sometimes. I watch your shorts, and they're pretty short, but you do describe it very well wherever you are. So do you do your research? How much have you studied up on your Chicago history? Do you do the same for your international videos?
Yes and no. The yes part is when I see something, I go and research it, and I have little index cards, small index cards that I carry with me. And then when I see the buildings, I start talking about them and everything. One thing I didn't know all these years, I found out a few years ago, it was the John Hopkins Center. I thought it was one of the tallest buildings in Chicago, and it's number 5. So it's not number 1, it's not number 2, it's not number 3, it's number 4, it's number 5th tallest building in Chicago. And that building looks so tall. It's more than 100 stories tall. I was like, how in the world all these other buildings and are taller than this one? That I didn't know, so I mention that every time, and I have the exact height of it on my index card. I tell people it was built in the late 60s. It took like 3, 4, 5 years to build. And back then, the architects and all these people were 50, 60 years ahead of their time. In the same period, the Sears Tower, Willis Tower, I still call it the Sears Tower. Mm-hmm. That one is the number 1 tallest building in Chicago, and number 2 is the Trump Tower, and it goes on and on. It does not have a whole list of buildings. But when I do the walk-in videos, if you notice, I turn the camera all the way up to show the height of the building in every video when I walk. Especially if I'm stopped at the red light, I'm walking at the red light. It takes at least 30 seconds on the red light. When I get on the red light, I show all the high-rise in all 4 corners of the intersection, and then people get to see, and then I talk about it. If you know, like another building I like is like when I'm on Lakeshore Drive, walking on Lakeshore Drive, is the Lake Point Tower. The Lake Point Tower is 70 stories tall, and I didn't know that until a few years ago as well. Is the only building, high-rise building, built east of Lakeshore Drive. That I didn't know.
Correct, because of the Daniel Burnham plan.
Correct. It was, and that was also not born in a way, but it was also built in the 60s, like late 60s. It's 70 stories tall, and it looks like it was built today. And it's amazing that building. It's amazing how. So I mention that every time I pass that area, and then people look at the video. Oh yeah, he's right. It's the only one east of Lakeshore Drive. And then you keep going. I keep going like south, and then you can see Lake. I think it's called Lakeview East. It's like a new area where all the high rises, which is right next to Streeterville. And it's amazing how these buildings. They're not just big structures, concrete structures. They're like very, very well designed. Looks beautiful on the eye. And then you go inside. I haven't been inside, but when you go inside, seeing from pictures, they look amazing. And also like the Marina Towers, the Marina City. I always mention that building as well. That it was in the late 60s, and it's amazing how. And then the Chicago River. There's a lot of things.
So the Marina Towers are the corn cobs, the 2 corn cob buildings, right, with the parking on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also I mentioned the history, the architecture of the buildings, like the Tribune Tower. It's like almost 100 years old. It was built in 1925, I believe, neo-Gothic style. Things like that. I mentioned them right next to that 401 North Michigan Avenue corner. They're all landmarks. like from the Wrigley Building, the Tribune Tower, the, the Intercontinental Hotel. These are all landmarks. They were built almost, some of them more than 100 years ago.
They're really beautiful, and,
Yeah.
and to take that walk.
So you got to look up a little bit, you know, when you film it, because I used to film just straight up, nobody straight the street, and then when people are telling me from the feedback, okay, you're talking out to the videos, can you show us also the high rises? So when I walk down, and I do it nicely, I don't do it all the time, but I do it nicely when I'm on the corner. I show them the high rises all the way up, so they get to see the architecture. It's amazing how beautiful that looks.
What time of day do you like to go out? Do you like mornings or evenings?
I
Sunrise,
film,
sunset?
I film whatever I have time, and I have a day job, and I usually get off at 5 p.m. I used to get off at 3:30 p.m. and then I work every other Saturday. So on Saturdays when I work only till 3, so I get out at 3 p.m. and now it's winter time. It gets dark at around 4 p.m. So it's different times. Now if there is a snowstorm, I may be there outside 2 in the morning, you know, filming. All depends how how the snowstorm. I'm very big about snowstorms, and I have to be very careful not to get hurt. But still, I just love the snow, especially Pearson Street, this area where I live and work. The street it looks really beautiful in the snow.
Water Tower Place has got to look beautiful in the snow.
Oh yeah. Beautiful, yeah. So to answer your question, I film all kinds of times, but usually it's in the afternoon usually. But if I have the day off, I may go like in the morning.
All the walking you do, I have a little step counter, and it says like how far I've walked. Do you have something like that?
I don't, but I do believe I do a lot of walking. I mean the minimum, like I said, minimum an hour, so there's a lot of thousands of steps. I never counted them, but there's thousands of steps.
And do you do a fast pace or medium or slow pace?
I'm just like a marathoner. I do a steady pace.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fast, it's not slow. You may see me going, you may see the camera going fast only if I'm trying to beat the red light, pedestrian light, or if there is some issue on the street, like if there's a car accident or anything like that. And just a disclaimer, I mention this in every video, my channel, I don't show any crime in progress, I don't show any violence in progress, but having said all that, I love to show people the emergency vehicles responding to an emergency. Like I like filming the police vehicles, the fire ambulances, the fire trucks when they're responding to a vehicle with the lights and the sirens. But I will never show you anything in progress.
So you're taking walks along the beach, you're taking walks around the area, you're looking at the skyscrapers or high rises, you're all over walking around the neighborhood for at least an hour.
Correct.
You love the snow, the snowstorms, and emergency vehicles, you'll get it, but you won't get the violence. How about the rain?
Actually, I like the rain. I got the umbrella that I brought here today. It's a huge umbrella. It covers me. It covers me. I did quite a few videos in the rain, and I may do one because it's going to be raining all day today. I may do a video today on the way out. I'll decide if it's going to be a short video or a long video or in between when I get out. Excuse me, because I like to show the rain as well. And another thing I like is the traffic. The more the traffic gets, the more I like it, because and I mentioned that in the last video, and I started laughing, not making fun of the taxis, but when I reached the, and you can see that in the comments, when I reached the, I believe it was the Chicago Cultural Center on Randolph and Michigan Avenue, there was like 7-8 cabs parked there. There was like a stand that I'd never seen that before, and I started smiling. I started laughing because in my previous videos, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, there were a lot of cabs in the video. And then after COVID, you only see Uber and Lyft. So there was videos, people were commenting like in 2020, even 23, and there was no single cab in the video. Now this particular video, I'm telling my viewers, hey, this is not 2016 or 2012, this is 2024. And I started laughing. There's like already 7 caps there, and then when I went down on State Street, there were more. There were a lot of caps on this video, and I'm actually happy for it. And I told the cab drivers on in the video, don't get offended. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just laughing at my own videos because there's a lot of caps in this video. People will start commenting on the video underneath. If you see the comments, and I was like, okay, and I had to keep repeating this 2024 because every now and then I have to say what month, what year, what day. Even for my own, sometime I go back and there were videos where I didn't say anything and I lost the footage and then I found it. I had no idea what year I filmed it, and I had to actually go back to the camera and see where I put it, where I stored it, and I finally found them and then put them in the description because I have no idea. In the beginning I wasn't even saying today is this, is that, you know, and it's amazing, you know, how things develop.
I was going to ask you, and I will ask you, about, you know, you take so much footage, like video after video, or you take videos and you don't get to dump them to your computer or edit them right away, and they sit for a long time. Do you ever forget what the places are, what the times, what the dates were, what you wanted to say, what you wanted to do with it?
Actually, not anymore. I'm very organized now. I have more than 2,000 index cards that I write down every single thing, and then I have 3-4 external hard drives with 9-10 terabytes, and I have over 10,000 hours of video total so far, maybe more. And I still have 100 videos from my international trips that I haven't even posted yet. I'm very organized. I know exactly now where the videos are versus 10 years ago. And they're not just in the hard drives, they're on the index cards. It tells me where to go and find them. I have backup and backup on backup, you know, so I can find them. If there's an emergency, I can go and find the copy. And again, it's the easiest part is to film a video. The hardest part is to edit it and post it. And believe it or not, I love the editing and post it even better than filming the video because I get to relax. It's my downtime. It's the downtime from my downtime because I do the downtime for my real downtime. I do the videos. This is more like a mental downtime, not a physical downtime. That's where I edit the videos. And then once the product is finally out there, then I love it. And then I see the reaction of the people, how people like it, and that's why I took the ads out. So we give it a bit better experience.
So you enjoy the whole process, every little bit of it?
Yes. If I didn't like it, trust me, I wouldn't have done anything like this. And I'm not doing it for the money. Again, the video for disclaim purposes is monetized, it's making money from the ads. But now we lost about 80% of the revenue because there's no ads during the video, but I don't care because I'm not doing this for the money. My day job pays for my bills, and I still get some money if you watch the video before and after the video. But once the video begins, you're going to see no more ads.
Do you do them every day?
I try. No, not every day, but I don't film every day. But every day I post a video because I have, and not only on YouTube, but all the social media accounts. And it's the same name everywhere. Chris Presents. Some videos I put photos and I put music in the background, like on TikTok. That's what I do. That's why I take the pictures. And then I share videos on some Chicago groups and the videos. But I try to do something every day. At least post one video every day. But it's not every day the video on YouTube. It could be a different area. But I'm very, very much involved with videos, and I just love it. I mean, that's part of my life.
I see you on, of course, YouTube, and I'm looking right now. Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
Correct.
Wow.
But first, the videos, most of the videos go on YouTube first, and then I take portions of those videos and put them in other social media platforms.
And then just to drill down the YouTube, are you doing long form videos? Of course you are, where you're walking. I've seen your short form videos. Are you doing live streams?
No, I haven't. I'm able to do. It's YouTube gave me that chance, but at the moment, no. I'd rather not do a live video yet, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what is. I don't want to get into a position where I have to edit and unedit. Another thing is when you record a video and there's music in the video, YouTube flags you for copyrights, and sometimes they take the thing out. I don't like that. And then it's much better now than 10 years ago. Now it gives me the option of taking the clip out where the music is, or put music over it, or just take the song out. Now, and I'm not talking about only people playing music. I'm talking about somebody's in the car has a stereo playing while I'm filming. It goes to YouTube and YouTube flags it down. Now, when I see that, answering about the pace that I'm going earlier that you were asking me, when I hear music and I mention that in the video, hey, there's a music now playing, I may have a copyright issues. I start running, not literally running, but we're walking very, very fast. So you see the camera going, you think it's like a professional camera on a big stand running. It's like, wow, why you did that? How do you do that? No, I was literally running, and then tried to speak real loud over the video, over the sound, so YouTube won't be able to make what song is playing. So you would just hear me screaming, but in a good way. I don't like yell or anything, but you can hear my voice going real. But I do alert the viewers, hey, there is music coming. And you were surprised, music on the motorcycles, on the cars, on the boats, like on the lakefront, people with boom boxes carrying around. There's all kinds of.
And those boom boxes are loud.
Yeah, and they're still around. I thought it was back in the 80s, but there's still people carrying them around downtown. And then that's when you see me running. I mean, walking very fast, not literally running.
I was going to say you're running away from the music.
But I'm not going the other direction. I'm going the same direction. It's just going fast, and then you can see the camera going fast. And people would tell me, "Well, we got a good camera. It goes real fast." I said, "No, that was me going fast." And then 9 out of 10 those cases I get away with it. The 1/10 that YouTube flags me down, then I have to go back and take the music out and do something with it. Now YouTube gives you the option of that. Before, in the old days, even if it was a 30-second music or a 1-hour video, they would take over the video, the music companies, and monetize that video, the 1-hour video, and then they put their own ads even more frequently than me. And I said, I got to stop. And then YouTube, based on feedback on YouTube, they changed that.
I know that the J Docs, I guess it's J Docs, the CT, the guys with the CTA shelters who take care of that, they were over outside the water tower, and I was doing a live. I was going from Rogers Park down to Red Line, and I was walking down the street, and they were just booming. They were so loud inside their official vehicle. And in this other neighborhood, I regularly come across a UPS and a FedEx truck.
Oh yeah.
And they're just bumping it.
Especially on I see that many times. That's why.
One is the rep guy, and the other one is the metal guy. He's playing Metallica.
I've seen that. I never run to them in the videos, but I see them like on the way home when I come back. I see them, and it's unfortunate that don't get me wrong, some of the music that I hear on the street is beautiful music. It's copyrights everywhere.
And I think that I do agree with you that I've noticed that YouTube is getting a lot better with that.
Oh yeah, much better.
Where they may share like a portion of the music, whatever, with the artist or the label.
I had video. It was only 30 seconds, and they took over the whole video, the music company. And then now that with the new technology, I took that completely out, and now it's back to normal.
So are you, now these edits you're referring to, these specific edits for the music, are within the YouTube structure. Do you do most of your editing within YouTube? Because I know you can trim, and you can blur, and you can do different things, and cuts.
Well, first I watch the video at home, and if there's anything there inappropriate or against YouTube guidelines, community guidelines, I take it out. But 9 out of 10 cases, there's no issue. But when there's music in there, I don't know if YouTube is going to pick it up or not, because of the fact that I was saying that I'm screaming and running. So what I do, I post the video, I upload the video on YouTube, but I don't post it yet. And then you can see, YouTube tells you before you post it, it's a copyright issue from minute 1 to minute 1:30. What you want to do? You want to keep it and keep them the copyrights? You want to take it out? And now they have this new technology. You can actually literally take out the song and keep my voice in it.
Oh, that's great.
I tried it once and it worked.
Yeah.
So it all depends what the option is, and then that's why I do the editing on YouTube before it gets before it becomes public.
Now we're talking about technical things, kind of like your technique here. Can you tell us a little bit more about your perspective, the angle of your lens, the angle of your camera, your eye? Tell me about what you're looking for and what you see.
I have 5 different cameras and also a smartphone. Lately I've been doing a lot of the smartphone because it has all the automatically the lens controls itself. It has video stabilization. It has all kinds of things. The other cameras, once I do a video, I have to go and edit it with other editing programs. There's so many that I have that I don't even remember the names to tell you what the names are. But I have tons of editing programs on my computer that I purchased a long time ago. And I do the editing. And the bottom line for me, I just want it to look and sound good on YouTube. And that's the bottom line. Whatever it takes, I'm going to have to edit it. But as far as the lens, it's very simple, smartphone and other phones. And it worked pretty good with my videos. I mean, I'm not too... The smartphone does 1080p, and the other old cameras that I have is 720p. But if I put them together, I can convert the 720p to 1080p.
You can convert up?
You can convert up. It won't be completely very high quality, but it's going to be better than 720p. But you can do that in some programs. You can go there. I only know how to do it if I have 2 different portions of the video. I put them together, and then when I save it at the end, it gives you the option, the editing program, to do 1080p. And I do 1080p, and then when it goes on YouTube, it tells you at the bottom 1080p. Now I want to tell the viewers and everybody watching any YouTube video that there is a selection that you can do on videos to view your video. So underneath the video, if you go to settings, then you can pick whatever you want.
Whatever resolution you want?
Yeah. And if it's available, it will show it to you. So my videos now, most of them are 1080p. So you can go there and pick up 1080p or 720p. It all depends on your equipment.
So if you've got a 1080p and you got a 720p, there is a difference. And if
Correct.
you're side by side, if you're editing them, do you edit them together so that there's a 720 clip next to a...
You can do them together and save them as 1080p. But you will see the difference. It's going to be a little bit better when the 1080p, real 1080p comes up. But somebody that is watching is not going to say, oh my, this video is horrible, and this video is okay, half of it, half of it. No, it's not going to be that kind of a difference.
So it's content more than anything.
Yeah, I'm looking for content. Yes, my videos are all content, not the hardware or software portion of it. I just want content, but you still want your content to look and sound good. That's all I'm shooting for. But I'm not. That's why I'm not upgrading to any big cameras at the moment. They got 4K, 8K. I just want the viewer to watch a video and enjoy it like they were there.
How about people? You get people in there. Do you like to get people in there? Do you avoid people? Do you avoid certain people?
I do get people in the videos, but you can barely identify who these people are because they're going pretty fast, and I'm not going. If they're coming right against me, facing against me, I turn the camera aside and I show the video. I show the skyscrapers and everything else. But usually, no. The video, I'm not really looking for filming people, but the people are in the video. But you can barely identify the people because they're going fast. So you can't even make up who the people are. But I wanted to say something that I forgot to tell you in the beginning. I got inspired of creating this YouTube channel and filming by Vivian Meyer.
Yes, she's from Rogers Park.
So, yeah, that's where I got the inspiration from. And I said to myself, well, I watched a Channel 11 documentary about her, like I think it was in 2011, where John Calloway was talking about, and I think it was another guy that did the actual video, and then it was showing how she liked to film people, and I said to myself, why am I going to start filming, not film the people, but it just, instead of taking pictures, I start filming, not the people, but the Chicago area, and that's how I started. That's how I started. And actually, getting my first camera was also started by accident. There used to be a Best Buy inside the John Hopkins Center a long time ago. I think it was 2011 or 2012. I started filming 2012, so it must have been 2012. I wanted to get a camera, video camera, just to video something when I was going to Cyprus, just to take a video of my family or whatever. So I went to Best Buy and I look at all these cameras, $500, $1,000. Oh man, what's there? And then I run into the one that I have here. I'm filming this this show here. It's a Kodak Placeboard, and it was the only one left. So I was looking at it. So the guy approaches me from First Buy, which is from Best Buy, which is very, very unlikely. They don't approach you anymore and ask you if you need anything. But I was the only guy in there. She approached me and says, are you interested in buying this video camera? And there was no price, nothing. I says, yeah, how much is this? And the guy goes, $60. I said, are you kidding me, $60? Because I saw it on the paper, it was $300. He goes, no, this is the last one, and also this is the one that was an open box.
All right.
So if you don't buy it, we're gonna just not throw it away, but they're gonna put it on the outside to show. That's like $60. So I'm thinking it's a cheap camera, it's not gonna work. So I go to Cyprus, I turn it on, did it quick. I didn't even know how to use it. Somebody else has to show me how to do it. So I did like a, I don't know, 1 minute video. And I was like, wow, look at that camera. And that's how I started. In 2012, I started filming, and I just never stopped ever since. And I bought 4 more cameras, the same cameras. And this time I went on, because they don't have them anymore at the stores. I went on Amazon. I went on
eBay.
On eBay, and I got them for $70, $75, $55. You know, I paid no more than $100 for those 4 cameras each.
So you have 4 or 5 cameras?
I have 4 cameras, and the 5th one is my smart. Actually, I got 2 smartphones, but that one is an old smartphone. So I have total 6 that I filmed so far. But the last one, I don't use that anymore. The last smartphone is from a long time ago. But I use to film all these videos so far, 6 cameras. And the reason I have so many is I had so many is because when I used to go to do my driving videos in Cyprus, these cameras don't last very long. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So when I'm driving the video, a 3-hour drive somewhere in Cyprus or anywhere in the world, I just pull out the second one, start filming, and put the third one, and then also they run out of battery. So that's why I had so many.
Is that like a phone battery in there? Is it USB chargeable, or is it some other battery?
It's a USB chargeable. It's a USB chargeable, and yeah, that's why I got inspired by Vivian Maurer. And again, I got that first camera by accident. You know, I wasn't even supposed to get one. I was looking for a camera, not a video camera. So the guy told me this is a camera and a video camera. So I bought it for $60.
Wow.
And that's how I started.
Yeah, Vivian Maurer is an inspiration to many.
Yeah.
She really is in her photography. Just a little background. She was a internationally traveling nanny. And she went around. She took photos of in New York and in Egypt, and she eventually landed in the Rogers Park neighborhood of Chicago, over by where the curve on Sheridan Road and where East Lake Terrace kind of meet. That building over there, right next to the park over there, on the furthest far north as you can get within the city of Chicago before crossing the street and going into Evanston and Calvary Cemetery. But she was truly an artist, and they found after she passed away, she
thousands and thousands of.
She was posthumously.
The guy on the Channel 11 interviewed the guy that found they found him in an auction somewhere, and then he paid like $400.
And they were undeveloped negatives,
Right.
many of them,
Right.
most of them, I believe.
Right.
And I got a chance to speak with the Vivian Meyer estate, and I got to see how they took care of all these, and how they were like making big posters and all prints and different special prints and things. Amazing work. And you know what? I got to bump into her one time in my life.
Oh, you did?
One time. She came to the Adelphi Theater.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know it was her. Nobody knew it was her. She dressed funny and she was kind of weird.
Did she take any pictures of that?
She was going to, but she didn't. Yeah. But
well, I know those cameras she had is amazing. You know,
the box cameras. Yeah.
And somebody took a picture of her, I guess. I don't know.
No, she was. I believe she was
was a
doing
selfie, or was it?
She was doing some of the first selfies that we could think of, because she was doing reflectology.
If
She
I'm
was
not mistaken,
puddles and mirrors.
she's from Paris, if I'm not mistaken. Where's she from?
I don't recall.
But she
I
has
don't
like
know.
a very heavy accent. But she did videos too, believe it or not. There were some videos, but you can barely understand what she's saying. She's like speaking in it's either German or. The reason I said Paris because she filmed, she took pictures of Paris too, but she had like this thick German accent. So I don't know if she was from Germany or Austria or Switzerland.
It'd be good to look into. I remember we saw the movie, the documentary Finding Vivian Meyer.
Right.
And that's what it's called. That's what one of them is called. Yeah. And it's really worth looking into. We did a little movie on that. But inspiration to us all, and you know, it's cool. And if you're not experimenting, and if you're not getting creative, and if you're not using your perspective and your eye when you're doing photography or videography, you're really missing out.
And sometimes when I do film my videos, I see with my naked eye, but the camera sees some stuff too that I don't see. So when I go and watch it later, I say, wow, this camera captured this part, and then I mention it in the video. I said in the comments, in the description, I said, look at this. Like if I'm overseas and I'm like when I was in London, I did a 1 hour driving video, and the camera was capturing the buildings like on the side, and you can see the people, the British people with the hats and everything, and all. I was like, wow, I didn't even see that when I was in the car, because the guy was driving, my friend in London was driving, Andreas is his name, and then I was just looking straight. And the camera captures more than what I saw with my own eyes.
That's always cool. That's always cool. And I can recall I had it was Best Buy, and it was like the $500, $600 camera, $599 camera I always bought, and I had like 2 or 3 of them. And whenever, you know, I'd like do different angles, you know, because I had several cameras. And sometimes they get wet, and then you see the drips, and they'd be like a rainbow.
And actually, this camera here that I have is waterproof. You can actually film underwater.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, it's a waterproof.
Have you done it?
Kodak. No, I haven't done it, but I filmed in torrential rain. It was pouring like crazy, and nothing happened to the camera. I just wiped it out a little bit. It was perfect.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a waterproof camera, and you can see, you can film. I don't think they make this camera. Kodak doesn't make these cameras anymore. You can only find them like on Amazon or eBay, if they still have it. But they're waterproof, and you can go up to 7 or 8 feet underwater and film it.
I've been exploring the city of Chicago, the 100-year-old bridges on Ashland near Fullerton, and the old Finkel Steel Company on Throop near Ashland and Fullerton, and it's just a monument there, and some old things. Have you gotten you've gotten the skyscrapers, you've gotten the industrial building, have you gotten old Chicago?
No, so far, I know Chicago has 77 neighborhoods. So far, I'm in downtown. I do Streeterville, Gold Coast, and I go as far as Greektown, Little Italy, because I lived in that area there. But no, because number one, I have no car. Number two, I don't like taking the L. I don't like taking the bus. I'm a walking guy, so most of the Chicago videos that I film are downtown. But there's so many events and festivals and everything that I do downtown that
it's all here.
I don't have to go anywhere else. And I tell the people on YouTube when they mention that when you go this way, that way, I says, hey, there is a lot of YouTubers that do everything else. I don't have to do everything.
True.
And there's this guy named, I think his channel is Gemini, I think it's called. I talked to him as well. He films everywhere. And right now I'm just thinking, and keep in mind my channel is an international channel. So Chicago, it just happened to be there because I'm based here and I live here and work here. But when I travel, I want people to know this channel is an international channel. It's all over the world. But people are enjoying watching the Chicago videos even from abroad, not just the Chicago people. But most of my subscribers and people watching my videos are not really from Chicago. They're originally from Chicago. They may be in California, they may be in Arizona, they may be in New York, and they miss Chicago and they watch the videos through my camera. And also there is Chicagoans living abroad, and there is, you know, not too many people from Chicago. I mean, when I say not too many, there may be like 500, but compared to 8,500, it's not a lot. They're watching the camera, the video, because they're very nostalgic about how Chicago is and everything. There's a lot of Chicagoans all over the world.
You know, I've traveled around the world as well, and you know, it's the perception. When you think of Chicago, you think of Michael Jordan, Al Capone,
Right.
Gun violence.
Exactly. That's why I was doing gun violence.
Pizza.
I don't do any violence at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do mention the Michael Jordan when I get to the Michael Jordan Steakhouse right next to the Illinois Street and Michigan Avenue. I believe I do make sure to give them some history and everything. And but like I said, I don't show any crime, no violence. And if I do, by accident, film some, but it happened to me quite 2, 3, 4 times that I run into stuff. I just take the video out and give it to the authorities.
What kind of things did you find? What kind of things happened?
Like there was one, people fighting on the street. There was one, somebody took somebody's purse and started running, but they caught him. When the guys caught him. It was in the video. I was like, oh no, so I had to take that out. There's but nothing really major. I'm not afraid of walking down in Chicago. The only thing I'm afraid about, like videos, is getting hit by a car.
Sure.
Like, that's why I don't go to the lower Walker Drive. I went there by accident when I got lost one day, and I almost got hit by a car like 3 times. Because it was so dark, people cannot see you. There's not a big sidewalk like on the upper.
And they're racing around and it's curving?
Yeah, people are telling me, go and film the lower part of the city. No, I'm not. I'm not going to go there. Because I went there by accident, by mistake, 3, 4 times. You can go and find the videos and watch it, but I'm not going down there. It's, number 1, it's dark. Number 2, it's nothing to see. And number 3, it's dangerous. But I'm not talking about crime. I'm talking about the traffic. The weather doesn't bother me. All kinds of weather. I'm on the street. I film on light. I have some rain videos with lightning and everything.
I was going to ask, lightning.
Yeah, there's lightning and everything, and I'm just keep walking. My own business is all good. I know all these buildings have good equipment to get the lightning.
The lightning rods, yeah.
So I'm not really afraid. Now, when it gets very, very, very windy, I don't like to go out because number 1, you can barely hear me on the camera, and then number 2, I don't want to be blown away by wind. But I did some windy videos too, but most of it are. And if it's too windy to hear my voice, then I put music over it.
Well, that's all. You know, the weather is nature, in a way.
Correct.
How about natural animals, like coyotes? I know there's coyotes in the city.
I never run into anything like that. The only animals that you see in my videos are 2 animals. One, a lot of dogs when I hit Streeterville, because there's a lot of, it's very Streeterville, very dog friendly Streeterville.
Are you talking about like Washington Park?
No, I'm talking about Lakeshore Park.
Lakeshore Park.
Right on Pearson Street.
Right over there.
Yeah, Pearson Street has 2 parks. One is the Seneca Park, which they don't allow dogs for some reason. I think because there's children's next to it. And the other one is Lakeshore Park. That's the area where I go all the time. People with their dogs, right? There's a lot of dogs in the video once I hit Lakeshore Park. And then the other excuse me, the other animals you see are horses, from the mountain Chicago police horses, because there are a lot of downtown. I got a lot of videos of them with the horses. They used to have the carriages, but by ordinance they took them up. If you go back to my old videos, 2012, 2013, I have them. I have a lot of them right on by the water tower. Actually, by the water tower place, there were 5, 6 of them parked there. You can see them all parked there, and then you can see them on Lakeshore Drive. You can see them everywhere.
So I just want to
those are the 2 animals that I use in my videos.
All right. So I just want to let the listeners know. Lakeshore Park, and you can confirm with me because you're here more than I am in this area. I'm a little bit newer. I'm a lot newer in this area than you are. Lakeshore Park is east of us right now.
Correct.
Down.
It's on
down Pearson.
It's on Pearson and Lakeshore Drive.
And Lakeshore Drive, and it's just east of the water tower.
Correct.
And one of the buildings is a firehouse, right?
No, there's 2 parks here. The first park you're talking about, you see, is the Seneca Park.
Okay.
The Seneca Park allows no dogs. It's strictly people, and most of them are children, because right next to it, before you see Seneca Park, behind the firehouse, there is a playground for children. There's a playground for children at Lakeshore Park as well, but it's further down. So if you keep, you get the Museum of Contemporary Art, which is in my videos as well, and you keep going down, and the next one you see is Lakeshore Park.
And the field house is right there by.
Exactly. It has a running track. It has tennis courts. It has a gym. Lakeshore Park, I don't know about Seneca Park, but Lakeshore Park is owned by the Chicago Park District. So it's free for anybody to go there, whether you're in the city, live in the city or not, or you're a tourist. You can go there. It's free. You don't have to show your ID or anything to get in. People are running. And then you got the Northwestern Medical School there.
The Feinberg School of Medicine and all that.
Correct. The law school is there too. The business school. All the graduate schools from Northwestern are there. The undergraduates are usually, I think, they're in Evanston. But Lakeshore Park is open from, because I did a lot of Lakeshore Park videos, both short and long form videos. It's open from 6 a.m. I believe to 11 p.m. at night, 7 days a week.
Okay.
It's a very good place to go and relax and run and do whatever. They have weights, they have exercise equipment outside, tennis courts, all year round. Is even if it snows, people are going there to start running.
And then all you got to do to get to the beach is go through the underpass under Lakeshore Drive.
Exactly.
Correct?
There's an underpass on Chicago Avenue. It takes you right to Lakeshore Drive. There's an underpass also a little bit south from there on Ohio Street. There's an Ohio Street underpass that takes you to the Ohio Street beach. And then the one I'm talking about closer to Lakeshore Park is the Chicago Avenue beach. Chicago Avenue Avenue underpass. It takes you to the lakefront.
And then from there, if you look to the southeast a little bit, you can see the Lake Point Tower. Correct?
Oh yeah. Once you get on Pearson and Lakeshore Drive, it's sticking right out because it's right.
And Navy Pier.
Right east. Yeah, the Ferris wheel. You can see the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
And then I go and do videos. Sometimes I don't even have to go to Navy Pier. I stand right on that corner and film the fireworks. Like, I think it starts like in the summertime. They do it every Wednesday and Saturday. They got fireworks at night. I think on the Wednesdays it's at 9 o'clock, and I think on Saturdays it's at 10 o'clock. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That's why I stick with downtown, Streeterville, near North Side, near West Side. I go basically stay downtown. I don't really go too many places outside of downtown, but that's just my charm. It's not like I'm lazy or whatever. I just strictly, and again, it's an international channel. So I do post videos. I'm originally from Cyprus, so I have a lot of Cyprus videos, more than 800 of them. And I was there last December. And I still have about 100 Cyprus videos that I haven't even posted yet.
So I'm looking again at the playlist here. We've got museums.
Scroll down, there's more.
We've got your shorts, Germany, Switzerland, and Greece, Istanbul. You mentioned that. Dubai is pretty.
Oh, Dubai! If you look at the video in Dubai, you think like you're in New York City 20 years, 100 years from now. It's very futuristic.
Yeah, I was in
high
Dubai.
As they look, it's very futuristic. The video is very futuristic. And people were asking me, are you using AI? I says, no, AI wasn't even invented when I filmed that video. There's no AI in there. But it does look like AI. It looks like a painting, a moving painting. It's amazing. And then with the Chicago connection, a lot of times people go in Dubai and they make videos like on Facebook and YouTube, and I go make comments and I say, well, it looks just like Chicago, but you know why it looks like that Chicago? Because the people that built Dubai, the architects, they're all from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago architects built Dubai, so it looks exactly like Streeterville, but in a more futuristic sense, because those guys, they have a lot of money. So if the building costs $100 million to make here, in Dubai it's going to cost $500 million.
And they're building,
to design, you know.
They're building their own islands in Dubai. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't, but they do have artificial beaches. They have their own.
Mm-hmm.
They create their own rain. Remember, it got flooded last year because they put too much on the. But those guys are amazing. I mean, and then people in Dubai. 80% of the people that live in Dubai, they're from abroad, and they get the best of the best, and they work there, and they created this amazing city, and I loved it. I went there, I did a few videos, and I was like, whoa, that's like New York, 100 years from now, very futuristic.
Do they have any of the old? Because I remember I was in Oman, the Gulf of Oman, and there's like castles, you know, carved out of the mountain. Did nothing in Dubai.
I didn't see them. Yeah,
None of that is left in Dubai.
Just keep in mind. When I came to Chicago in 1983, Dubai was a desert.
That's when I was over there when it was like really
literally
desert.
It was a desert. There was nothing, just like Las Vegas, but 40 years ago, you know, just like Las Vegas, it was the same thing. It was just a desert. There was nothing there, and then they started building, and all of a sudden now it's amazing. Not just the structures, but also their technology. There's ahead of everybody else as far as technology goes too.
So you've got it. You've got Dubai covered.
Exactly.
I got
Dubai covered.
So we've got Vienna, Austria. We've got Warsaw, Poland, London, UK, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How
Cyprus.
many videos I did in Chicago so far?
Oh, let's see. You've got 1,742 videos. And like, for example, in Cyprus, which you mentioned quite a bit during this interview.
My country of origin, I did over 800 videos.
868 videos.
But I think I have probably 1,000 because I have at least 100 that I haven't posted yet. And out of those 100 videos, I can make another 50 videos with different clips.
So you're flying, you're in the air a lot. Do you ever do videos from the plane?
Yeah, I did a lot of videos. I do a lot. I do almost every departure and landing, but I didn't do it separate playlist because it was not too much space. But you're giving me ideas now. I may do a playlist on airports or airplanes.
The transportation, international transportation.
Yeah, and you can see how smooth the landing is.
Or not smooth.
Or not smooth.
That's the best.
I did quite a few. Like I think I may have almost 100 videos with airports or airplanes.
Wow, wow, that's really something. Now, when
which 100 videos is not a lot.
Yeah, but you
2,700 videos is like a small number for my YouTube channel, but still a lot of videos.
Right, but you still have a lot of videos, and you have more to release, and you're still taking videos.
Correct.
And you're still being creative in the city of Chicago and internationally.
Correct.
So when you're recording the buskers, or you're recording the musicians, the blues artists, you're recording the Blues Fest or the Taste of Chicago or any kind of celebration, do you have the same issue as you do when they're bumping the music from a car with YouTube?
Well, the answer is yes, and the answer is no, both. There are some, like the Chicago traffic jam, they kind of improvise, and also Lamar Allen and Brandarova. I usually don't have any issues with them because they're not using recorded music. The problem with the live music is if the musician, and I understand, I'm not blaming the musician, I'm just describing what the issue is. If there is a musician like playing the guitar and there is a background recorded music in the background, which he needs the drums, he needs the violin, he needs everything else, he only has a guitar, then it becomes an issue because YouTube recognizes the song and becomes an issue. So I had a lot of, not a lot, but maybe 40, 50 that I never posted them because of that issue, musicians. As far as the Blues Festival and the Jazz Festival, there was only one or two issues, but it wasn't from the live. It wasn't from the live performance. It was from in between when they had a break, and they were playing with some blues music, recorded music while they were warming up.
And the transition music.
Exactly. That's the one I had trouble, and I had to go in. I mean, I took care of it. I took it out, and it was no issue. But as far as the live performance, usually 90% of the events are no issue because those are live, and and it is not exactly the same as the recorder is in the studio. They improvise. They do a lot of stuff that is not even in the original song. But I do give them credit, tell them who's playing and everything. But I never had an issue with that. But people on the street, like I said, if they're using recorded music in the background, then it becomes a problem.